Greetings, fellow cruisers. This is Jeff from Enjoy Life Traveling. Today we are going to visit Sitka, Alaska. We were there for 2 weeks and we wanted to share our experience as well as letting you know the things that you might want to consider looking at doing, as well as perhaps some of the things that you don't want to do or want to make sure that you do proper. So here we go. Much like all of Alaska, Sitka is just a gem of the Pacific coast, where breathtaking landscapes and rich cultural history converge. Sitka, like much of Alaska, is more than just a cruise port. It's a gateway to adventure, wildlife, and deep-rooted traditions. When you arrive at the cruise port, which is about 5 miles from Sitka, there's a shuttle bus that'll take you to port. Now, when we went, it was a free shuttle bus, but obviously that's one of those things that could change. But regardless, I can't imagine it going up too much. So keep that in mind. You might want to have some bills on you. And that bus will take you from the cruise port to Centennial Hall and back again whenever you're done exploring. Centennial Hall hosts cultural exhibits, performances, and gatherings, giving you a window into the heart of Sitka's artistic and social life. We had planned a full day of sightseeing on our own while we were at this port. There are many things to do and see right there within walking distance of Centennial Hall, such as Baronhof Castle, Sitka National Historic Park, or as some call it, Totem Park, the Sheldon Jackson Museum, Totem Square, the Russian Bishop's House, and a multitude of restaurants, as well as shops. But for what we had planned, we needed transportation. We had arranged to get a car through a company called Turo. The car owner left the car right in the parking lot just outside of Centennial Hall. We picked up the car from our arranged pickup point and we were on our way. Our first stop was the Alaska Raptor Center. As a rehabilitation facility, the center cares for injured raptors like eagles, owls, and hawks. You'll be amazed at the effort they go to nurture and rehabilitate so they can release these magnificent birds back into the wild. There are ship excursions that will take you there, but the problem is that you're going to be limited on the time. You kind of go by their time constraints, and what this allowed us to do was to see as much of it or as little of it as we wanted to, and we could kind of go at our own pace and bounce around from place to place. And really, we were going there as a group, so we had, four, depending on what we were doing, we had between 4 and 6 people, and we'd got a big enough car to work that out with everybody. And so by the time we got done splitting the cost, it was super cheap versus anything else, and it really allowed us to see all of Sitka, Alaska. So when we were there, the price to get into this facility was $16 and $8 for children. So depending on when you watch this, I'll give you a rough idea as to what to expect. We were able to see the area where they rehabilitate these birds. Some of these birds, as I said earlier, can be released into the wild, whereas others, it's their permanent home, depending on the situation that the bird's in. The people that work here have such a caring heart and really know what it takes to take care of these birds and just do it. Their knowledge is just incredible. You'll be amazed when you go there. Now, after we were done with the Raptor Center, we got back into the car and headed to Fortress of the Bears. Now, this was a place that we were all excited to experience. We were able to witness these incredible creatures up close and got to hear about their incredible stories of survival. It's an unforgettable way to connect with Alaska's wildlife. We arrived at this bear refuge and were greeted right at the front by a guide who showed us an area where we could watch a short video that really lets you know about the origins of the bear refuge. They take in injured and orphaned bears, but are not allowed to release the bears back into the wild. A few of them have gone to live in zoos and other refuge places, but many end up staying there, and their space is very limited. It was amazing to watch these huge bears play around fairly close in their very large enclosure. On the ride back to town, we stopped at a lake to take some photos with the mountains in the backgrounds. The view was just amazing. Now, back in town, we decided to get something to eat, and we really didn't have a plan as to how we were going to go about this. So we just stopped at one of the local restaurants that was right there. Sitka's Burger and Crab Shack was a little place we decided to stop and eat. The owner and the staff were very friendly, and the food was absolutely amazing. We got the Alaskan halibut fish and chips. The portions were very big, and it tasted amazing. If you're looking at price, it was a little bit more up there, but again, you're getting that local flavor there, and not what we wanted to do, at least, was to avoid that chain restaurant and get something that we were eating that was authentic. And boy, was this place really good. Now, after lunch, we continued to tour Sitka. Sitka holds a unique place in both Russian and American history, as this was once the capital of Russian America. Now, Sitka was where the historic transfer of land from Russia to America took place in 1876. But long before that, it was, and it remains, home to the Tlingit people. You can immerse yourself into the culture through traditional performances, art displays, and storytelling. The richness of the Tlingit heritage weaves a timeless narrative into Sitka's identity. Now, a visit to Sitka isn't complete without exploring the Sitka National Historic Park, fondly known as Totem Park. Walking among the towering totem poles that reflect the art and heritage of the Tlingit people. And I say Tlingit, I'm not exactly sure about the pronunciation, Tlingit, but it is really interesting. The trails also lead you through a lush forest, blending history and nature beautifully. After we got done checking out Totem Park and walking through the trails briefly, we decided to head to Baronhof Castle and Totem Square. We parked at Totem Square, which is located in downtown Sitka. It's a symbol of the town's multicultural history. Again, those towering totem poles really reflect the traditions of the Tlingit people, while the surrounding area tells the story of the Russian and American past. It's a must-see spot for anybody exploring the city. We walked across the street and up some stairs to step into some history of the Baronhof Castle historic site, the location of the official transfer from Russia to the United States back in 1867. Standing atop Castle Hill, you can enjoy the panoramic views of Sitka's harbor. Now, we fit a lot into our day in Sitka, and by this time it was time to head back. So we got back into our rental car there and went back to Centennial Hall, where that was our drop point for the car that we got from Truro. And this was also the meeting spot of where the shuttle was to go back to the ship. So once we dropped the car off where it was supposed to go, we messaged the man from Truro and let him know where the car was, took a picture of everything, showing that everything was in good order, and everything went perfectly with that transaction, and then we were back to the cruise port. Now, there was a small area right there when we got back that gave you a chance to purchase your souvenirs and such. So just right there off the ship, you didn't have to go too far if you were trying to get, a souvenir of where you went. So don't need to worry about that. We definitely were able to get our thing there, got my shot glass. And there was also places to get some snacks and such. So again, you were able to enjoy this even if you didn't want to do much as far as getting off the ship. Sitka really has so much to offer and so many things to do. I really couldn't recommend enough visiting here. Really, of the group, I was probably the least excited going in about going to Alaska, and I probably came out the most overwhelmingly happy about how things went, because it's just breathtaking. The place is amazing. And even though we did 2 weeks in Alaska, we're looking forward to going back, and I'm absolutely sure that we will. And some of the places we mentioned, particularly the food place, that's a place that we would definitely do again. Again, it was absolutely incredible. Yeah, you want to try something new, but man, that was so good. It was such a hit with everybody. Thank you so much for watching. It means a ton. Bye.